How to be your own DJ. I have my notes on this phone actually. I'm going to put it away soon. And let me show you what I have planned for you. So this is the camera I'm talking to, and already you noticed this huge thing here that will give us a look to the, like a bird's eye view to the DJ gear right here. And let me pull up that real quick so I can explain every button on here, which I'm not gonna do today. That's a topic for another day. But if you have any questions about any of these buttons, don't hesitate to put in the comments. And let me see. All good, all good. Nice. Hi there, cool to see you. Let me see. I might know all of you, but not recognize you by name immediately. But Matt is here. Duncan is here. So the people who invited me there. Okay, that is good. And for this camera, let's switch back to the other one. Obviously, I'm using a green screen here. I'm standing in my bedroom. It was either the green screen or clean the room. Guess what is easier? And then we have all right. So how to be your own DJ. A little bit about myself. I am classically trained violinist. And I started playing with other DJs way back during my university years. And I guess I played over the years with more than 100 different DJs before I started doing that myself. And I really wish I'd found out how to sooner, way sooner actually. But yeah, I'm going to tell you what I like about it, or why I love it so much, and then when not to be your own DJ. Very quickly go into that. And of course, when we're in this camera, we'll talk about that magic button that is giving you a heads up for those situations where the DJ might screw your sound. And so that's not going to happen if you know the magic button. But we're going to talk a lot about different types of gigs in terms of size. So let me pull up my chart here. So I have this chart made for you. You see, I put all gigs in 4 categories. So you have the small gigs, that's number 1. Then you have maybe 250 to 400 people. Put all those in the number 2. Put the nightclub gigs and similar in number 3 and number 4. And if you DJ, and if you DJ with violin, especially with your violin or your instrument, you might be saxophone or something. The size of the gig is way more important than you think. Some of you maybe already have classical music. All right. Some of you may have experience in this, but I can't stress enough. The size of the gig will determine the size of the PA system that you're supposed to use and that you're supposed to play with. And that is, there's a couple of things that might save you if you come prepared and if you keep a couple of things in mind. Well, and of course, everything here is plugged in. Yes, we have sound, and I can demonstrate something, and I can play a little music for you. The violin is right here next to me. Yes, play something for you if you like, if we have time. And with that, did I say if you have questions, put it in the comments? So Raz likes the setup. She likes the DJ setup here. Yes, that is. actually, let's jump right into that. It is the standard setup that you will find in any nightclub or any music festival. So yes, this is what they use. So this is what they use at Coachella, yes, at Ultra, at Tomorrowland, at and also at your nightclub next door, actually. Well, maybe they don't use this exact mixer, because we have in the middle, we have like this effect section. They might have the 900. This is the DJM 2000. Is my finger here? Yeah, the finger is here. So the in the middle, of course, that's the mixer. And just briefly, so we're all on the same page. Maybe you all know this already, but this, everything here, it goes from top to bottom. This is player 1. You have the next row, top to bottom, player 2. So that's your second song, if you will. And you have here the third row, up top to bottom, fourth row, top to bottom. So song number 3, song number 4. And this machine will mix, or as Amy put it last week, a merge. That was actually cute. We DJs were merging shit. And I don't know, Amy, you here? She did a great job last week. If you want to know how to play with a DJ, go back on the Electric Violin page and check out Amy's live stream from last week. The replay is available. Great. So to the left side we have one player, and to the right side the second player, and that's how most DJs will work. You have one player here, one player there, and in the middle you have the mixer. By the way, that's where your violin goes. See this? Let me switch that off real quick. See this cable right here? The green screen is being funny, but this cable right here, this will come from your pedal board, this will come from your reverb or what you have, or directly from your violin. That's also possible. You can have a cable that is plugged to your violin, goes directly into this slot right here. This is flickered on. You have a little EQ here, highs and lows, and a gain. So already I told you can, if you DJ and play violin at the same time, you are controlling the gain right here. Talk a little bit about that a little bit more later. But yes, you have the other buttons. If you have questions, let me know. But basically the big one over there, that's your overall mix. That is mostly untouched because that goes out to the PA. There's a sound guy. Yes, and let's see. Some of these in Tomorrowland you will have 4 of these players or 6 or something. But then you need a different mixer. All right, do we have questions so far? I love the blue laser light. Thank you, Claudia. Yeah, that's a green screen, of course. And let me tell you how I got started with being my own DJ. Well, actually, it started from the audience asked me. People from the audience would ask me. You all know this situation, right? You have a gig, you play, and when you finished, there's always this one guy or this one lady walking up to you and asking, hey, could you do that same in my place? Could you do the same for me? I have a venue, I have a birthday, I have a wedding coming up. So this guy, as always, came to me as so many times before. But this one wanted to know if I could play at his birthday party, and I said yes, and we agreed on a fee, on a price. And then I said, so who's gonna, be the DJ? And this guy said, well, what do you mean DJ? I said, you just heard me. You just saw me play. And you saw the DJ that he did the music. I did the violin. Who's gonna be the DJ? He said, well, actually, the price we just agreed was my whole budget. Couldn't you do that? Is it that hard? I mean, could you do it without a DJ? Bring your laptop, bring a speaker, and play the music from your laptop. Well, that's how it started. And then I had 3 weeks leading up to that event. That was my first, and of course I failed. Of course I failed miserably. And but it was so much fun, and I had these moments with the audience, which I love so much, and went from there, learned everything I needed to know, and can't tell you how happy I am. It's really great if you can do that, if you want to do that, if that's what you want to do. Well, let's see. What is a reason why would someone want that? That is actually a great question. Couldn't you go into one of the channels? Shelly is asking. That is a really, really good question, and I have that for later, but I'm gonna address that right now, because as I told you, these 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the channels, and you could plug in your laptop into one of these channels. And I really don't recommend. This is a last resort. This is the last option. If everything else fails, you can do that. And if you're your own DJ, you can do whatever you want. Just you will have to crank up the gain all the way, possibly, most likely, and it's gonna take away from the sound quality. And if you have, let's see. Oh, you mean the violin? That's even worse, actually. We did that. Actually, we did that a couple of times, because this jack right here, where this microphone plug-in, this microphone connection was bust, and we had to, because we couldn't use the microphone input, we had to use one of these channels, and we plugged in the violin into one of these channels, and we had to crank up the because the amplifying power in these channels is way less than what you have here. I'm not an expert in what's behind these, so the actual electronics behind it, not an expert, but I do know that from experience. If you put your violin into one of these channels, you're gonna have so many problems. Because what happened, I put from my pedalboard, put the gain in max, and still the signal that was coming here was so weak, so we had to use all the gain, and even that was not enough. Still not enough. And guess what we did? Of course, we put down all the other channels, so the overall level would come down in order to boost even more the violin. And it did work, but we had this annoying humming sound in these speakers, and it was like a festival stage. It was like this number 4 stage that I just showed you, and I'm gonna pull that chart up right next to me. So if you plug in your violin into one of these channels and you're working a stage number 1 size, you will be fine. Put in your violin into one of these channels. Stage number 2 probably fine as well. 3 and 4, please don't do that, especially this festival stage here, please don't plug in your violin if you're on a festival stage. Please use either. So if you want to have 100% control, even how loud is your violin compared to the music, use this one. You're in control. If you're unsure, or you have a great sound guy, and he is out there and he can judge the sound much better than you can on stage, leave that to him. Plug it in his system, but really don't recommend plugging it in to one of these channels. So, yeah, great question again. Nick Hyde, great to see you, man. And we are moving on with well, as I said, I started DJing by saying yes to customers who asked me to do that. Here I have, next up I have for you some of the do's and don'ts. So if you play on an event and there's a DJ already, don't go up to the guy and say, guess what, I'm a DJ myself. I know you are the main DJ for the event, but I was booked separately, and usually I would play with you, but now I'm a DJ myself, so could you go on break for an hour and let me play? Again, if that is type 1 or type 2 event, don't do that, because the equipment will most likely belong to the guy. Most likely be his private equipment. He set everything up, and now here you come demanding for him to step aside and let you use his equipment. Don't do that. These types of events, like type 3, type 4, most likely there will be a DJ setup ready for you. It's going to be set up by a professional sound company, and it is there waiting for you. You can use, but the smaller events, you walk up to the guy and say, I'm my own DJ now, so please step aside. That is a don't. If you're doing a list of do's and don'ts, that is a definite don't. Because if I'm the DJ and you walk up to me, you're not touching my stuff. Guess what? Bring your own equipment. Exactly. So what you could do, and actually I forgot to show you. Most, like in these smaller type 1 and type 2 events, they won't have these big setup. They might have something like this. So this is a DJ controller, and it is the build-up is similar. You have a mixer in the middle, and you have to the left and to the right, there's your players. These are down here. These are your play and cue button, and these square buttons here. These are your hot cues, cue points. Hot cue I'm gonna talk about later. But yeah, these come in all different sizes, and this one is a 2-channel. You have these as 4 channels as well. They're lightweight. They're easy to travel with. Actually, I really recommend this one for multiple reasons. First of all, it has the exact dimensions for a carry-on. So if you're flying, this has by design has the exact dimensions so you can fly. And also, this is from Pioneer. This is a Pioneer product. This is the, does it say? Yes, it does. So this is a DDJ 400. They even have a smaller one now. There's the DDJ 200. It's even tinier. And I always take this with me when I'm traveling, just in case where I'm going, just in case there's a problem with the system or with the gear that I'm being presented with. So this is going to rescue you if there's a problem on stage. You could either fill the gap by using this, or you could finish the whole night, play the whole thing with this one. This is great. And the best thing about this, now listen up everyone, the best thing about this one, it comes with the real software. That is called Rekordbox. I only use Rekordbox, so I can't go into how Serato and the other ones work, because this is the first thing I bought, and it came with the Rekordbox, which is the software that I use for these. So you already have the real software, and it gets you going. You can learn, you can get started. So putting that away, let's see if we have more questions here. All right, guys. We can continue. Yes, let's keep it rolling with and again, if I go back to this chart, so what kind of, you see number 1, 2, 3, 4, what kind of PAs would you PA system in terms of size would you expect in each of these? And let me tell you, it is very different if you're playing on a smaller one or you're playing the big stage. The most important thing about PA size is that you bring good quality music. Your quality needs to be as good as possible, because you might get away with a bad instrumental that plays in the background if you're using one of the smaller ones. But you bring your shitty instrumental to this festival stage and it's going to sound really bad, especially because everyone can compare. Because guess what? You're on this stage, you're not the only DJ. The stage right there, you may be the only DJ and you may get away. But over here, you're not the only DJ. You follow a DJ and you have 60 minutes, maybe 90, and you will be followed by somebody else. And guess what? They are bringing top-notch quality to that stage, I guarantee you. So please make sure you have the best quality sound on your USB stick or your laptop in your software. And please make sure you have the best possible quality sound on your instrument. So don't come to one of these stages with your €100 Stag violin. Please bring a real violin. And again, Matt will explain everything you need to know about quality violins. So spend at least 1.5 or 2K. Maybe go higher than that. And actually, I am using, as you all know, I am using the Viper. This is the only. I was just reading comments. So Nick Hyde has a great question. Yes, I'm using the Violin Viper. I haven't got my Viper right here. And this has been, like, for me, this has been a total game changer, because I call it my hands-free violin. You know, this, having it strapped to your body so you can have both hands. If you put down the bow, you have both hands to press every button, turn every knob you like, and just like that, you're back on your violin. And you can even, while you're playing, you can even Don't even, if you need a little correction to one of the knobs, which of course you can do with a violin that is on your chin. Of course you can let go of the violin for a short and keep going. But I really like one of the things I like about this Viper. All right, Nick, I'm reading your question right now, and it is a great question. So guys, Nick says, how do you control volume of violin and the tracks to make sure one isn't too loud or too quiet? You do that. Are you ready? I'm going to put the violin down for a second here. You do that. Let me pull up the other camera. You do that with, actually you can do that with your headphones. So this mixer, like all the Pioneer mixers, like all these professional gear mixing stations will allow you to have the whole mix in your headphone. So you can actually, on your headphone, you can regulate levels while the other track is playing, so the audience won't notice. You can tune your violin over the headphones. You can make sure everything is in balance by using your headphones, and at the same time the party is going, the track is playing over there, or both, or the mix. But yeah, you can do that easily with your headphones. Does that answer your question, Nick? Let me know. Yeah, all right, okay, good. And now the time has come, or the moment has come, where I really excited about this, about showing you this knob. So I know every one of you has played with a DJ, right? Or most of you. I think almost everyone here has played with a DJ. And you might have experienced the following. So you give to the DJ your USB stick. So he puts it in the gear, starts playing the track, and you notice it is strange, like the key is strange, or like the tonality is strange, and you just tuned your violin. Your violin is in tune, you know that. But it doesn't fit. The pitch is not fitting to your track. And let me show you now how that happens. Yes, we briefly touched that last week with Amy. And if I may, let me show you how that is happening. So the DJ will put your USB into this player, and then he might start to mix your song, the beginning of your song, into what he played last. So he has a smooth transition from your song, from his song he was playing before, into your song, right? And the song he played before was like slightly faster or slower than yours. And then he has, look at this. See this guy? This sliding fella. That is where he controls the speed. So he will use his headphones, will use this speed controlling slider to match. So he matches the two songs. And there's this button right on top of this slider. And this button says master tempo. And this button will lock the key. What that means is it won't allow for the pitch to change while the DJ is using his speed adjustment here. And if that is turned off, this slider will not only adjust the speed, but it will also manipulate the whole frequency. So if you speed this up, the pitch goes higher. Goes higher, 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 higher. You put it down, there's a little... I think I can even zoom in. Yeah, here you go. So there's printed is a little minus. There's a little plus printed. So in the middle of it is a 0. That is, if this thing is on 0, it is not manipulating anything. The DJ pulls it down towards the minus. It's getting slower. Pushes it this way towards the plus. Thing gets faster. And that I can show you right now with music. Let me see. I have to be careful actually, because we are on Facebook, and if I play the wrong song or play too much of it, we might go into copyright issues, and if we're really out of luck, Facebook might cut the whole live stream, so we're done. But let's see. All right, so this is what it sounds normally. Right, and now I'm having this button is off. See, red light means on, no red light means off. And now look what happens when I push it towards the negative. All right, you see, it goes down, 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 and the DJ will only slightly adjust, because in most cases it's not going to be that heavy. Most cases it's just going to be, let me try to show you this, the slightest change. And if you're out of luck, where the button ends up coming to a stop is between tonalities. So you're in microtonal territory here. So you have a tone that is between two notes, and with the piano would be unplayable, would not possible to be played. With the violin, of course, you can try to slide your finger, but don't do that on stage. As you might expect, that's really bad. And now let's go the other direction. Let's see what happens if we push it the other way. See, that gets both faster and higher. Now let's push this button and bring back the good news. So red light means good news. No red light means bad news. Now we're in good news territory. All right, let's give it another go. And notice how it is keeping the key, keeping the pitch, but will only change the tempo and nothing else. See, got faster, but we kept the pitch, so your tones will match, and the same for the other way. Getting slower, but keeping the pitch. All right, so this is how it works for Pioneer, and this is how it works for most other DJ gear systems, but every DJ might call it a little bit different. They might talk about lock the key, or you could say you can change the tempo, but please don't change my tones, or something like that. If this is the gear, and maybe you're working with a DJ who is used to different gear and now he's presented with this one, of course he will find everything, but he may not be familiar with every button or every knob. Just point to this one. Talk to the guy point to this button and say, please leave the red light on. Thank you. Right. So we're almost done here. If you have any more questions, let me know. And otherwise, I would go to quickly tell you why I love this so much, and then grab the violin and play a little, and play some of the things that I like about it. Yes, very quickly, when not to be your own DJ. So you might want to, you might have reason to not do that if you in general don't like remixes. Let's say in general you hate it when music is being manipulated in any way, shape, or form. So you only play the originals, only play the original versions of any given song. That is an indication you wouldn't want to become a DJ at all. And if you, let's say you have a great DJ friend, let's say you have someone who you can travel with and you maybe lives near you, you can rehearse things and you can meet and you can develop shows together. That is an option to just go all the way and say, you know what, for all the future bookings, whoever wants to book me has to book you too, so we can go together. Might be an option, or you might develop your booking efforts into that direction. And this is a situation where I probably wouldn't. Well, I still would become my own DJ, but you can do great things when you're a duo, when you work together with someone, you have great chemistry, and you get booked as a duo, no problem, easily. That's a good situation to be in. Actually, if you're watching this on your phone or your computer and you are not driving or something, it is safe for you to put in the comments why do you want to be your own DJ? In short, like a 1-word answer, 2-word answers. I'd be really interested why you guys want to be your own DJs. And also, yeah, maybe if you have a show and it isn't really about music, so the violin is more of a prop and everything is, maybe the show you don't need to be your own DJ. But there are so many reasons to be your own DJ. Of course, we have touched the topic of being in control. You are in control of the music the whole night, the whole time. You can not only control the kind of music you play, you control all the gains, you control how it's balanced. You want your instrument to be a little on the dominant side, or you want the music to pop out more than your instrument. That is so up to you. You have freedom. That is what I love about it. Right? Okay. Good. Let me see if I missed anything. Scheduling becomes more easy, actually, because if you do it yourself, exactly, it is more easy to. Well, actually, your customer might be happy too, because the customer only needs to book one flight, only one hotel, right? Especially for the smaller gigs, like gig type 1 and 2. This is where it really kicks in, also money-wise, because you can then go ahead and say, you know what? I have this little wedding here, and I am going to bring my own sound system, and I am going to set it up myself, and then I'm going to DJ the whole wedding, the whole party, and then afterwards pack it all up, put it in the trailer that's hooked to my car, and go to the hotel or go back home. And that is when suddenly your payment not only doubles, it triples actually, because you're doing 3 jobs. Keep in mind, you're doing 3 jobs. You're doing the job of a DJ, you're doing the job of the violinist, and you are the sound guy. So do 3 jobs, ask for three times the payment. Well, maybe you give a little discount. But still, it is how it worked for me. That is a lot of times I will do all 3 jobs, and that way I control everything. I know everything is ready, all my music is right there. And what I really like about it, you can, even if you perform a show that you always do, that is prepared, you just press the play button here, grab the violin, play your show. Even then, you can always, in the middle of your show, alter it a little bit to your liking or to what is going on in the crowd. So you might have different beats ready on the other player. That is a little harder than what your show was supposed to be. So you just mix that in while you're playing, and you kick it up a notch. So you might want to play the version with a not so hard beat when the people are just starting to get on the dance floor or something, and later on when it's full-blown party, you might want to add the harder beat. Just as an example, do you recommend? Excuse me, I have to read this again. Do you rec IEM or over ear? Not sure what that means. Do you rec? So rec is recommend or record? I may be too stupid for this question. Or it is because I'm not a native speaker, maybe. Please clarify, Shelley. I find over gets in the way, but IEM hard to take out. Over ear. I find over ear gets in the way, but I am hard to take out. Not exactly sure what you mean, Shelley. Please clarify. Pete. Hi, Pete. How are you doing? What's your prep work to get tracks ready? Oh, yeah, good question. Actually, Pete, do you have another hour? Should I double the time today? Because that is a great question. Actually, that prep work that Pete is talking about here, that can make a huge difference in terms of workflow, in terms of what you have at hand when you're in the middle of working with a crowd. And my prep work, let's see if I can give a short answer. What's your prep work to get tracks ready? So I get the tracks, I buy them on Beatport, for example, buy the track on Beatport, put it in the software that came with the tiny controller, put the Beatport and get the waveform. It is like 70 cents plus, so 70 cents more than the normal. Like the normal is $1.99, and then you have $2.69 for the waveform. So that is absolutely worth it. You buy the waveform so you have better quality. Put that into the record box, into your software, and from there, from record box, you can put it on the USB stick and travel with the USB stick, and you'll be fine. And the reason why you want to do that is the software will put so much more information on your track, so that when you within your software you look through the whole thing and you set your cue points. You know that cue points, there's a little points within that song where you, with a push of a button, you jump within the track. You jump to this place, you jump to the other place. You have 8 cue points on each player, and you can, all the information, everything you prepared within that software will be on the USB stick if you export it from the USB stick, from the software to your USB stick. So you take that with you, you stick it into any of these players, and everything you prepared is right there on the display, ready for you to use. So that's how I do it. I buy on Beatport or similar websites. I put it in the software. The software will analyze. It's amazing. If you haven't seen that before, if you go out and get your software, there's other softwares that work the same, actually, or basically they have the same basics. It analyzes it, and after analyzing it, it tells you the tempo, the BPM, so beats per minute, the tempo, right? It tells you the key that it's in. It gives you so many information and lets you put your prep work into it. Headphones recommended in-ears. Oh my God! Now I feel stupid, Shelly. I'm sorry. Yes, in-ears, or yeah, I only work with with headphones. In-ears. Do you recommend in-ear monitoring? Yes. Or over-the-ear headphones? OEH, yes. Duncan, thank you for translating. Sorry, guys. I apologize for my English. But yes, I recommend headphones. Why do I recommend headphones? Because it will shut down the outside noise. They don't come with the noise cancelling, because that would interfere with the sound. So they don't work like your headphones you have in the airplane. But you can have them. So these are actually they are from Pioneer also. These are the tiny ones. You can get the bigger ones. They cover more of your ear, and it's even going to be even quieter. But yes, you can choose on the mixer. You can choose what should be on here. So do you want to hear on the headphone? Do you want to hear both players? So both songs? And then if you do, you can, inside of the headphone, choose your level. So maybe you have song 1 and you have song 2. So inside the headphone, the song 1 can be louder than song 2. And your violin can be louder than song 1, for example. It is amazing. You're gonna love it if you haven't done this. Maybe you have a DJ friend and he lets you try pushing some buttons. There's nothing you can do wrong. There's no way you could break anything other than ripping it out or biting it. I don't know how passionate you are. All right, let's see. I meant if you take the headphones off, they get in the way of the violin. Oh, okay. So, Shelly, if I take the headphones off, so let's say they get in the way of the violin. So they're in the way. Yeah, they can be. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they're in the way. Well, if you... Oh yeah, you can't wear them on your neck with the violin. Yeah, sure you can. Why not? Why can't you wear them? Oh, if you don't use the Viper, so you have this your violin that is like on your chin, right? And then you have this one, and it kind of pushes your violin, because these have the tendency to go together. Yeah, it will. You could use, actually, Shelly, you could use No, don't worry. I absolutely recommend using headphones, even if you have the violin in your face. What you can do is, when you go from this position, just go like this. This is what a lot of DJs do. You look at videos or watch videos on YouTube after movie. They are called after movie. So type in YouTube after movie Tomorrowland, after movie Coachella, after movie Ultra Miami, and you see a lot of DJs do this. Let me turn my head sideways. Let me do a little close up here. So a lot of DJs will go from this. They use this for mixing, and they'll go like this. See that? So now they look like they're about to go for a run. Like the jogger jogging. Yeah, but this is easy, or of course I'd recommend, because I don't know if you like the look of this, but you could always, I think you always have time to just put it down, put it on the table. You can put it on the mixer. Don't put it on the player, because it's going to stop the track. So this thing is spinning, the player is spinning, you put something on it, stop spinning, track stops. Don't do that. Let's see. Is this gentleman German? Yes, he is. Charles. Nick Hyde. It's a good thing he's got a Viper violin that doesn't constrain the neck at all. Yeah, so headphones are no problem. Exactly, Nick. Viper, yes. Shelly. Oh, Shelly, you have a Viper. Oh, good. Then there's no problem at all. There's a delay on this chat. Yes, there is. Absolutely, guys. This is going from, well, you know how the internet works. Still, there's a delay. Lol. Will mess my hair up. Well, Shelly, yes, it might mess your hair up, but then you're gonna look like you're really in the moment and you're working, and you look like even more passionate, maybe, with messed up hair and everything. Look at me, how much I am into this. That might be, and that might not be good for every situation, and you could, gently and nicely take it down, put it in front of you. Some DJs have a hook on the table, so there's like a little hook screwed to the table, and they have it's a special place for the headphones, of course. Which laser software would you recommend? Laser software? What do you mean laser? Laser software. Claudia, I'm not sure what a laser software is. I was just wondering, because I've never seen a DJ with molds. Yeah. But I guess maybe, I'm sure there are DJs with molds, but if if your hair isn't getting messed up from all the dancing and headbanging, you're not doing it right. Dude, Nick, I had no idea. Look at Nick, everyone. Yeah, Shelly is enjoying it. So is it V.O.Leen or V.O.Leen? Charles is asking about how I spell V.O.Leen. The first one is right. So the one without the dots. I'm not using the dotted version anymore. It was like, I'm not using that. It was like, I felt so creative. Because if you spell out the letters, you end up with the same sound, but yeah, not doing the creative version anymore. Just V.O.Leen, just spell it out. Laser is a green screen. Oh, the laser is a green screen. Well, actually, Shelly, about the green screen. If you're using the green screen, this laser thing is just a video, like a looping video. You can play any video you like. You can have a video of a beach. Maybe I can even show you. You can have, so the one that I like a lot is I have this little app, where you can cut videos together, and everywhere you put something green, there will be nothing. So let me just very quickly, this isn't the topic at all, but if I very quickly, so you see I basically have 3 stripes, and actually it's just one video that is divided with these black stripes. They're actually green, because everything that's green will not be visible. They're actually green, and what I like to do is build on the app with the cutting, build my own stage. So this is the one I use for my Tuesday after work. So every week I go live on Facebook. I call it Tuesday after work, and I perform and play music for 60 minutes every Tuesday. And this is the stage. Yeah, here we go. All right, enough of that. But yeah, you can have any stage you like. You can you could play a video in the background of your favorite theater. So just grab your camera, go into the opera, film 60 seconds of the empty stage, and use that as a loop. Empty stage with the lights moving. So you have your empty stage. Use it as a video in your background. Let's see. The laser is a green screen. Okay. Hallo vom Deutschland. Hallo vom Deutschland. That is German. Charles is typing German. Do you control lights when you DJ as well? I don't. I do not. I have lights, but they are in auto mode, so they will move and flash. The only thing I do control is I have this little stroboscope bar, and that is gonna sit on the table, and it is facing me, and in the right, that is for the type 1 gigs, the smaller, the weddings, the birthday, the small ones. And I have just use this power plug with 3 places, and you have a little switch. Use that switch to turn it on, use that switch to turn it off. So in the right moment, like within the build-up or something, it's gonna be flashing, and that is something I used to do for the smaller events. Do you control lights? All right. So Charles is typing German words in here. Charles, mind you, these people can't read that, but I'm gonna translate. He's basically typing where you're from, and as I said in the beginning, I'm from Düsseldorf. Yes, I'm in Düsseldorf right now in my home. All right, guys, enough talking. Sorry for wearing you out. Your poor ears. Listening 1 hour to the German guy. Yeah, let me show you a couple of things. And I purposely doing this at the end. I think we don't have any more questions. Yes, purposely doing this in the end, because if this gets shut down now for copyrights, we basically covered everything. Good. I actually don't need these for what I'm showing you now, because we are... Where's my violin? All right. Get the violin first, but also get ready the other camera. All right, guys, here we are. And as you can see already, Viper is ready to go. I still have both hands, so I can. So most of the time you would have your track ready, your instrumental ready. And actually, if we're talking about DJ and violin at the same time, so people say, Justin Monday is posting fire. Awesome. Yeah. So let me tell you, there is no multitasking. There is no multitasking, as we say in German. There is only task switching. Yes, you know that already. I don't have to tell you. But of course you will switch between these two. You will press play first. The song is playing. You grab your violin, you play to the song. When you're done playing violin, you put the violin down and you go back to pushing buttons and turning knobs. That is usually how it works. But of course, you can, anytime you play an open string, basically your left hand becomes free, right? Anytime you play an open string, so you might play a little rhythm on the open string. Did I turn this on? There you go. So you might play a little rhythm, or you freestyle, you improvise to the music you have, and that's where your left hand becomes free. And that is a pro tip right there. If you notice anything wrong with your settings that can be fixed with a short hand grab, do that while you're playing an open string. That is a real pro tip right there. Didn't even think of that beforehand. All right, maybe you know this this song right here. Let's see, what do we have here? What is this? So this one usually gets me in trouble. You recognize this yet? There is a vibe, there is something going on, there's shit happening, you can move, you can, that is something I didn't get to today. All the loops you can set and you can play with. Didn't get to explain all the filters you can use. Maybe just have a little example over here with the song that we had before with the, so this would be filter. This would be the filter knob. You can see the white thing on top. So if it's all the way there, that is off. That is no manipulation to the track at all. And if you crank it all the way up, the further you go, the more it manipulates. Listen. And you bring it back. And the more you bring it back, the more it will give you back the things that it had been filtering out. And you want to do this with timing, right? You want to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And on the 1, you want to do this with timing. And this might be a song where you have an idea and you leave it on loop for a little bit, and with a push of a button, release the loop, and it will start. Well, it will keep going, and this filtering actually might work to your advantage. So you can. I'm sure you do this already, you guys. This Michael Jackson thing that all violinists know. So just if you're doing with a DJ, you just tell him, give me an empty beat like this. So this is just the beat, no music, and then you do the Michael Jackson thing, right? So this is the empty beat. And then you do this Michael Jackson thing where you actually have on G and D string, that is the first finger. You have this, right? And then you have open A and open E string. That was out of tune. So, first finger on G and C. This is like teaching children, right? And then you go. Maybe you practice this so you are in tune, but don't worry, it is. So you do that over this beat. And not grossly out of tune like this, but you get the idea. That is something that is a party starter right there, you know? You do this Michael Jackson thing, you give yourself an empty beat, and the party gets going. I promise you. I promise you. You can see why I like this so much. Let me see, what else did I prepare for you? Yeah, so let me show you with Game of Thrones how energy works as a DJ. So this is actually very important. I should have talked more about this energy thing. So the kick. I don't know if you guys familiar with the music producer terms like the kick, the snare, the build up. So the kick is the big drum where the drummer is with his foot, right? That's the kick. I'm sure you all know. I'm sorry for explaining as if you were children. The kick will determine your energy, how hard it is, and how energetic it is. So it might be too much energy for people who are sitting down and eating, or sitting at your beach and enjoying a sunset. And if you don't have enough energy in the kick during the party, you might fall short in terms of not enough energy for the party that's going on. And you don't want to play a song when everyone is on the dance floor like this, and you're playing the song you're currently playing has a great energy and really good. The kick, everything works, energy is great, and the next song you play, the kick is not up to the task to follow that great energy. That is when you lose a crowd. So you may want to be careful with that. No time to explain further, just let me use the Game of Thrones. So this would be the softer version. And you might say this is already high energy, but then there is situations where you want it to go way harder than that. So again, I just had to select from the other player the song. So just to do this again. Right, guys, and now you might want to compare that to this one. Much harder, much more energy. Can't go deep into the energy topic, but that is fascinating, actually, I promise you. Let's see. That was intense. Charles, thank you so much. Just wanted to make me smile. Yeah, you succeeded. All right, guys. I am 17 minutes already on over hour. Just kidding. It's been longer than I wanted it to do, but let me say thank you so much. Let's see if I really need to get something out here. Guys, I have to show you this. It's a complete different energy from the beat already. And we're talking here about, of course, the business.
So let's get down, baby.
Also, very different kick, very different energy. Yeah, maybe we can. Maybe I should create, like a course, how to DJ and violin at the same time, and go all really into detail over all of the things I talked about. So put in the comment if you would like me to put something like that out there. Put in the comment, make that course, and I will try to get to that as soon as possible. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much, Electric Violin Shop. Thanks for having me. Let me say goodbye. And if you have more questions, follow me on Insta. Follow me on Facebook. As I said, every Tuesday, 60 minutes live. And sometimes we go 2 hours, 3 hours. We've had that before. Well, there was alcohol involved, but sometimes we go longer than we wanted it, as you can imagine by watching this. And yeah, thank you very much. And let me play you guys out maybe with this one. Let's see. All right, guys. It was a great pleasure. Thank you very much. It's a little bit on the slow side. Goodbye, everyone.